Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Amazing here, coming at you with another video going over the market conditions. And really, I don't need to do one, but do an update today as it's still the same thing that's going on, carried over with the battling amongst the elites, want interest rate cuts, scared by inflation and all this other type of stuff, right? So it's just continued manipulation down to this point. And but I'm just gonna go over a market update and just give you my opinion, what's going on, and what we can expect, hopefully going forward. So before I get into this video, I should have taken time out to read disclaimer again to understand what's going on this channel at all times. If did I do that, please go ahead and do so we're on the same page. So that's it. Let's get into this video. All right. So we see right now the fear and greed index has come down. I think it was still in the 50s yesterday. Now it's sitting at 49. And I go with coin market cap's fear and greed index because it makes sense compared to CoinGlass's fear and greed index. Because I think CoinGlass is still showing like well in the 60s, something like that, just ridiculously high at this point, which don't add up at all to me. We can see Bitcoin dominance is still around the same level. But the thing is, it doesn't matter if Bitcoin dominance is going down. If they decide to dump Bitcoin, the rest of the market is going to follow. That's just way it goes, and that's what's been happening today. Now we still do have XRP hold up strong. We got SUI as well doing very well today so far. So those are two of the cryptos that are doing very well out of a big sea of red right here, as you can see. So we got meme coins really take a beating on days like this, right? And that's the reason why I don't trade meme coins, because they can make you money real fast, but then they can lose everything just as fast as well, if not faster. Just that's the way of the culture with meme coins. So I just stick to solid opportunities. Although I got involved with some crypto projects, trading wise, while I was on vacation. I'm trying to get out of those and just leave them alone. And I'll just be focusing on like Bitcoin, XRP, SUI, and HBAR for the most part going forward. Maybe I put ADA in there as well, but those are the main four I'm looking at right now going forward. So when you come right here to the Bitcoin market, let's go over here to the chart. You can see on this 4-hour candle, we actually came down and tested that same zone. I never removed this zone marker right here. It just stayed right there. Let's see if we're going to come back down and retest it. And then if it rejects right there, we know that that is a very, very strong zone. And that's what we got right here. Nice rejection on the 4-hour. You can see right here, the RSI is beneath 50. So it's like, where is it at right now? 37 right now, I think it is. Yeah, like 37. And, so that's an indicator that there was a massive amount of sell pressure right there. And you see the stochastic RSI is showing you that Bitcoin is being well oversold. And then the money flow index is showing you that there was a lot of sell pressure that came in. So a lot of people were selling their positions, whether they're getting liquidated, forced to close out, or just panic selling. So that's what the money flow index was showing right there as well. So a lot of money was just going out the market. But it looks like it's trying to stabilize now. And hopefully we can see this thing starting to try to retest certain zones, like this zone right here or this zone, where I got the yellow lines at right here at, and we can see what happens after that point. But right now, this is a beautiful rejection on the 4 hours, so I'm gonna go ahead and blow this up a little bit more so you can see that. And so like we got down, so I got my I got into an entry with Bitcoin once I saw this nice rejection going all the way up, and I got my stop loss down here at 89,704.80. And so I got my TP all the way up to the top of where we went up to before the dump, and just to see what can happen. If Bitcoin keeps going up, I can add more to this position, so that way I can end up taking more profits as time goes along as well. So that's the game, the play that I put in right now. I didn't put a whole lot to. I think I put like $35 towards the position, and so I'm going back to what I was trying to isolate it, trading positions as well, and working out that well for me. I'm not used to using isolated. I just went back to cross margin. I'm comfortable with that. I understand it, and I'm just gonna go with that. All right. So like when I was using isolated, it was so much faster to get liquidated out of those positions compared to if I just use cross margin. So by me using cross margin and using a very small amount of my funds, I won't have a chance of being liquidated. Not unless the market just go to zero pretty much, or back down to $50,000 for Bitcoin, something like that, something drastic, right? But anyways, let's continue on. What we had, we know we don't have any news today. There's the memorial service for former President Jimmy Carter today. So the Wall Street is closed today due to that memorial service for former President Jimmy Carter. But tomorrow, what we got is the biggest news for the week, and I believe this is when we can it's gonna be a make or break point right here. So if the preliminary data from yesterday, which came back good, but it was just manipulation at this point, right? But the preliminary data for NFP came out yesterday, and it came out very good. Came out as good data. So when you go back up here, let's go back up here. If I remember correctly, I think it came back very good. Let me see. This is Wednesday still. Let's go back up to yesterday. So come on, yesterday. It's not gonna go to yesterday. Oh, I guess not. Oh yeah, that is yesterday. Okay, there we go. We're on Wednesday. All right. I'm thinking that today's Wednesday, but today's Thursday. But anyways, we had the ADP employment change come back. So when you look at this data, you open it up, it says a higher than expected figure should be seen as positive or bullish for the USD, while a lower than expected figure should be seen as negative or bearish for USD. And so when we look at this data, it can be deciphered either way. Now, most of the time, we want the data to go against USD so that way the markets can rally, right? But then there's those times that the data goes out in favor of the USD and the markets will rally as well, because it signifies like a strong economy. So that's the reason why the JOLTS data that came out, it came out signifying a strong economy. But the reason why the market dumped with the JOLTS report back on Tuesday is because the market manipulators, they want interest rate cuts. They also are in fear of the inflation going up, because last month I think inflation increased by a decimal percentage. So it was at 2.6%. It dropped down to 2.6% in November, or was it the same? I can't remember what it was, but then it increased to 2.7% last month. So they're expecting right now a 2 decimal percentage increase for the inflation. So that's also what's driving the fear in the markets. It is the inflation. So if they're fearing inflation to go up, they want interest rate cuts. That's the reason why the market dumped, because it's like it makes sense in that regard. But there is no reason to fear the inflation right now at this moment, considering that we are beneath 3%. In my opinion, I do fear inflation more than what how can I say it? Like when you're looking at the the inflation causes prices to increase and everything like that much faster, right? That's what we need to fear, but at the same time, we don't know if the inflation is going to increase or not. Now, based off the PAMM report, my minutes report yesterday, which was released, they did signify that there is like a fear of inflation going forward this year. But they at the same time, they don't see any reason to cut rates further. Because see, the thing is, if you cut rates, that means that inflation is nearby. You're gonna have inflation. But if you pause rates or you increase interest rates, that means that inflation is coming down, right? There's no fear of what do you call it? The recession or depression, right? In the government or the economies. So there's multiple factors that's being contributed towards this dump, and that's mainly what it is. They want interest rate cuts in fear of inflation going up, and then you got those that's like, well, inflation is just fine where it's at. We don't need to cut rates. So it's a battle amongst the elites right now to manipulate the markets right now. That's what's going on. Because like I said, we already knew coming into this year, interest rate cuts were not to be expected. So let me pull up my drawing tool here. If it pops up, there we go. So yeah, we already knew that inflation was going to be paused, more than likely, 95% chance of it being paused this month. And then when you look at as well what's going on and on the 19th of March, because this is going to be the next FOMC meeting event, and you can see they're still looking at over 57% pause compared to a 41% interest rate cut. Okay, then you go further to May, and so you can see that it's like a 50-50 split at this moment going into May for interest rate cut. Go to June, and this right here can adjust. So after they make a decision this month, these numbers right here can adjust going into March, leading up to March. So yeah, we just got to weigh it out and see how, just take it month by month at this point with interest rate decision. All right. So, but that's the main reason what's driving the manipulation in the market right now. Because also when you come right here, you see the liquidations. We got in the past 24 hours. Now, most of this is still from yesterday. But still, we got liquidations of $520 million in the last 24 hours. But you can go up here and you can see that the shorts are starting to get liquidated more now in the last 1 hour as this nice rejection on the 4-hour candle has happened. So now you get back over to CoinGlass. We're going to get over to the liquidation map. And this is something that's significant because when this is go to the overall Bitcoin exchange liquidation map, one day, they're starting to get more positions in because this was a lot lower than what this was showing right now earlier. But since Bitcoin's made that rejection, people are starting to jump back into positions and get over leveraged again. And it just don't make any sense. I can understand open up a position, but don't use 100x, 500x, 50x, 75x. It's used like 7x, 10x, 15x, something like that. Leverage. But you got people that's greedy, and they just are overzealous people, and they just get back in over leverage positions right when they see the price of Bitcoin starting to move up just a bit. That's it. I opened up my position, but like I said, I got a 15x position, and I used $35 towards this position, so that way that I'm always protecting my account, and I don't have a chance of having my account liquidated. But you got people that don't do that. They just want to go in all out. Every chance that they get, it just don't make any sense. So you go right to 1 day, you see what's going on. You go to 7 day, liquidations are super dried out. So like at this moment, that's the reason why when it came down to what was this low price at? 91,700, something like that. It rejected at that point because you look at it. Yeah, I mean, can they get some more liquidations down here on a 7 day? 88,000, 88,500, or 1.19 billion. Yeah. But it's really dried out compared to the shorts. Look at all the liquidations that can be had now with the short positions. Then you go to the 30 day, and you can see still dried up right here for the long positions. But the shorts, they're the ones that gotta be fearful right now of a market swing all of a sudden, because now they're the targets. It's no longer the long positions anymore. But when you come right to the heat map. Yeah, you can see what is going on. They came down and they took out all of these over leveraged positions right here. And could have kept going down to like 90,000? Yeah, they could have. But at this point, look at this right here. This is a big bullseye at $95.7 thousand. That's a big bullseye right there. And let's go ahead and put this on the 48 hours. See what if this changes a little bit more. So yeah, 97.3 thousand. Another big bullseye. And so it's just like now look at all of these over leveraged positions right up here. 48 hour, there's hardly anything down here. Let's go to 1 week, as a matter of fact. And as I said, it's all dried up going to the downside. They already took everything out, and now it's everything that can be had going back up. Now I don't like to stress on that too much, but I like to bring attention to it. Okay. Because at this point, nobody knows what the market manipulators wants to do. I just told you that, there's a fight amongst them about interest rate cuts and fear of inflation. That's what's driving the market right now. That's what's driving the manipulation. Because, the JOLTS is a major data release, but the way that the market dumped that day, it didn't make any sense at all. It's like you want a strong economy. A strong economy means that you don't need to have interest rate cuts. But they also saying we're fear of inflation because inflation increased by 1 decimal percentage last month. But looking at it right now, they got increasing by 2 decimal percentage points this month, right now. But that's not to be guaranteed. It can be inflation can end up lowering this month. So if inflation ends up lowering this month, when you come back here and look at this, if this ends up being like 2.6, 2.5%, then what's going to be response from the market manipulators? Will they still dump the market because they want interest rate cuts, although inflation went down? Or would they allow the market to pump? And then when you go to the NFP as well. So let's go to tomorrow here. So we got NFP data coming up. And you can see, if I click on it, it says a higher than expected figure should be seen as positive bullish for the USD, while a lower than expected figure should be seen as negative or bearish for USD. The preliminary data came out lower than expected, and it went against the USD. But they still dumped the market because of interest rate cuts that they want and fear of inflation. So we don't know what is going to happen when this data comes out tomorrow. But this right here is the biggest data release of the week. When you look at what happened with JOLTS, I mean, if they respond negatively again to NFP, we can see Bitcoin drop all the way down to probably $80,000. I'm just being honest with you. All right. But if they allow the market to respond correctly, according to the actual data, instead of what they want, then NFP can send Bitcoin all the way up to $100,000 again. So, but that's something that we just can't control. And unfortunately, I'm still stuck in my positions. But to each his own. I'm handling it and managing everything correctly to the best of my ability. So we're gonna take a look at some data right here. Look at what's going on. So we're looking at this right here is looking a little bit better than yesterday, because like it was hardly anything in the neutral zone. And this is on the 4-hour. So let's go to the 24-hour right here. So yeah, even 24-hour is looking a lot better. You can see a lot of things starting to move back up, because you can see that they're moving back up. See the green dotted line or green dotted trailing line behind them, and so a lot of things start moving back up a little bit right now. Still got a lot of things being oversold right now, but that's contributing towards the fear of what the elites are doing, and they're causing people to panic sell, get liquidated, or forced to close out before they get liquidated. So that's what's going on right there. Let's go back over here again, and we're going to look at the visual screener. So when you look at this, you got the shorts being forced closed out right now as they got over leveraged, and now they're getting liquidated. And you still got a lot of shorts entering the market. Longs entering the market right now because of the reversal, the rejection that happened. And then you still got shorts entering the market, but not as many as the longs right now. And then the longs closing out. It is what it is. It's just like people getting over leveraged. And so when you come in with 100x or 500x, any slight movement downward, you can get liquidated immediately. And that's what's going on with those long positions as they come back into the market. So let's take a look. So Bitcoin is back above $94,000. That's a very good sign. Loving that right there. And what else do I want to go over? Oh yeah, they did release the FOMC minutes report, and like I said, it's a PDF that you download and you can just read over everything, or you can upload it section by section by just go right here, copy the words, and upload it to like ChatGPT to summarize everything for you, so that way you can understand what's going on. Now the market didn't move much at all, because it was just a reply to the FOMC minutes meeting from last month, when interest rates did get cut by 25 basis points. So with that, I had already mentioned, I said, normally with the FOMC minutes report, that's not much of a reaction. It don't get nearly the same reaction as the FOMC meeting from the prior month, but it is something that can influence the market still. But it didn't influence the market much at all. It got an overall positive reaction. And then, once the new daily candle and the market started, that's when the market started dumping to where it came down all the way down to here. So, but now we're seeing a nice rejection right here. So I'm loving that. Don't know what to expect today. We can come all the way back up here to this zone of like $96,000 and then get rejected back down. So let's see the altcoin market. So this everything is excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So right now it's showing it's up 956 0.81 billion. Well, it was up there to that point. Yeah, there we go. So now it's going back up there to hopefully get back up to near a trillion market cap again. But we gotta wait it out and see, because this is what happened when Bitcoin dumped. It was the market. Altcoins were well over $1 trillion in market cap combined, and then Bitcoin dumped. So is anything else that I want to show you over here with the data? I don't think I have anything else to show you. As I said, crypto fear and greed index here is showing 69. There's no way it's 69. There's absolutely no way that is 69 fear and greed index. Let's hover over this right here, because this right here does not add up at all. So this is showing you on the 7th of January. That's where they're getting their rating from. And so you're 2 days behind at this point. And even with you being 2 days behind, this is still too high, because we just saw the massive dump. It's just like, come on now. I don't see how people can go off of this as a fear and greed indicator. For crypto, CoinMarketCap is the one I go off of. This is the true indicator for me, and this is how people are feeling, in my opinion. When you're looking around, there's so much people being demoralized by constantly getting liquidated out of their positions or forced to stop their positions and everything like that. And this right here is, I think, a true indicator of how the market really is. 49. All right. So I think that's pretty much all that I want to talk about. But SUI is doing pretty well. I'm still in the same position that I got into yesterday, as a matter of fact. And so SUI, XRP, XLM, those altcoins been holding up very well with this market manipulation recently. And I'm proud of that, because man, my account could be a whole lot worse if those 3 altcoins were not holding up as well as they have been. So that right there is all that I want to talk about in this video, going over the cryptocurrency market overall. And like I said, who knows what's going to happen? We don't know what the elites want, is to battle amongst themselves, want interest rate cuts and fear inflation. Then there's people that's not worried about inflation and thinking that interest rates should be paused, or perhaps even go up 25 to 50 basis points. Because when you cut interest rates, that means that you are fearing a recession. You're fearing inflation going up. And then there's people just like, well, we don't need to cut interest rates. Won't we just increase the interest rates? Because they saying the economy is strong, and that makes sense. So it's a battle amongst the elites. That's all I can say. And who's gonna win out? Don't know. We just gotta wait out and take this day by day. Hopefully the news data will actually get responded to correctly tomorrow, whichever way that it comes out. But I said the preliminary data showed that it was lower numbers than expected, which is a good thing. Okay, so we want that to happen tomorrow for NFP. We want the lower numbers. We want the news to go against the USD, so the more the markets can go ahead and fly up. Okay, so that right there is all to say. I am using Pionex to do my trading on. You can use Pionex as well for copy trading. They got free trading bots, futures trading as well. And but it's not available in the states of Georgia, Alaska, and New York, as well as in the country of the UK. So if you're interested in joining Pionex, I have my links down in the description of this video, as well as in the comment section. If you heard of Pionex from someone else, please get back to that person, use their referral link. Create your account, do your KYC, make your first deposit, and trade how you see fit. All right, and then you also show how to do the same thing. That's all to say. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time in this video. Take care, everyone.